purpose is to help farmers feed the world. Basically faced with this challenge of increasing population. We're going to have another 2.4 billion people to feed by the year 2050. That's only 34 growing seasons away. In combination with weather variability. And so, 1 degree increase in the world's atmosphere causes a lot of change. And so our company focuses on those particular challenges, and what we try to do is deliver information to every field across the globe. So basically agricultural information every day globally is what we deliver. And how we deliver that is the sort of work that Jeff does with our AWhere platform. Yeah, when it comes to weather data, we pull from many different sources. You can basically look at us as a data aggregator in that sense. However, we add a lot of science to how we aggregate that information. So we'll pull from satellite radar systems, that gives us global precipitation. We'll pull from ground radar Doppler systems, that gives us better precipitation in developed countries. We'll pull from ground observations, weather stations, wherever we can get them, and many other sources. Obviously with smaller, cheaper sensors becoming more ubiquitous, that's something that we're paying attention to, is how do we pull that data into our platform.
There's a lot of different ways, there are a lot of different places that want to use this information, and there are all these different use cases. On the one hand, in the US, farms are very large, there are thousands of acres, many fields. So the market there needs farm management applications that need to pull in the weather and the agronomic data so to help those farmers make different decisions. That use case is desktop applications, mobile applications. You have concerns about speed and battery and bandwidth. In Africa, though, the farms are basically backyard-sized farms. One farmer will have 1 or 2 fields, maybe. We're talking just a couple of acres. They also don't have smartphones. They don't have ubiquitous broadband. The use case there is they need quick, small bites of information that people who may not even be able to read should be able to know how to use and how to leverage that to make the better decisions on any given day. We also work with all universities and research and development organizations that are trying to figure out how to address the food problem from a production and yield standpoint. They need this kind of data en masse, huge geographic regions of data. So we can't design software for all of those use cases. We're small, we don't have that many engineers, we don't really want to get into the UI conundrum trap. So for us, the API platform was the way to take our rich depth of data and deliver it to as many use cases as possible. And we actually don't want to be developing applications for farmers directly. We want to partner with our customers who do that. And so we work with a lot of those channels who then take our APIs to go to market to all the 580 million farmers in the world. Yes, for us actually, all our documentation is full and open. We want as many people to leverage our API platform as possible because we don't want to prescribe what you can build. We don't want to prescribe the solution to this food security problem. Instead, we want people to innovate, and we're gathering whatever data we can from all the fields in the world and the weather in the world to run those models and deliver the insights, but how it's used, how it's visualized, we're not prescribing that. We're not getting in the way of that. We're open to letting anyone be as creative as they want to get. So a lot of our partners in the US there's been a huge boom in the ag tech world over the last couple of years. More and more people have different ideas for everything from farm information systems to one company that sends out scouts to look for the bugs and the pests and the diseases, to know what's happening in the field. These different people have all these different ideas, and our job in the developer relations side is to simply encourage them and to help them get the most out of the platform, and to also listen to what they need so that we can develop the right aspects of our platform. When you start talking about the independent developer space, we're just getting started in that way. We're trying a lot of the normal pathways right now. A member of our team is actually headed to Nairobi to do a hackathon in Kenya, partnering with some of our international aid partners. We have another one that's going to do the same thing in Ghana. And then I just got back from training in Tanzania. And so there's a lot of that human one-on-one touch type of thing of encouraging people to think creatively and also understand the problem and how this API can be their solution, and from there try things out?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably the biggest surprise for me was how receptive people were to it. We had been struggling to get our data out, building our own user interfaces, and that was a pretty limited approach. Taking the API approach, it's just the explosion of business that we've gotten from that. And we talk to all sorts of companies, what you would not consider to be information receptive or technology receptive companies. We're talking about tractor companies, irrigation companies. But their willingness to A, listen to what we're doing, B, very receptive to receiving the data through an API, and they really get it, they really understand it, because ultimately we're talking about the value of better agronomic information. It's not, the API is a mechanism to do that, of course. So I think that was the surprising thing to me, was how receptive people were, and we're very pleased with that.
I've worked with Apigee for a long time in previous companies, and I knew what they had to offer, and it was a lot of success in the past, and I knew that they could bring us a lot and help us get to market faster. The problem that we were facing as we were evaluating all of the management platforms was the price. We're a small company, we're in an entrepreneurial mode, and so the price was the major hangup. We started talking to Apigee to say, is there anything we can do? And we were invited to the pilot program for Apigee Edge SMB, which brought the functionality that we needed at a price that we could actually afford. And so that's allowed us to get to market, not just overall with the API gateway, but we've actually been able to deploy whole APIs to our customers with zero engineering effort.
And that was really critical for us too, just where the business was, and we've got some interesting timelines we have to deal with. In agriculture, it's seasonal, so you've really got to have your solutions built and ready to go pre-season, well before season, in fact, for our partners and software companies we work with to build it into their roadmaps. And so the Apigee Edge SMB program was fantastic to get us going quickly and get those products to market. So I was very, very pleased with the results there too.
For us, the Edge and the aspect of Edge that we're using is the proxy and the policy management, the gateway aspect, and also the ability to transform. We do that all the time. We during our beta for our next gen platform, we were actually fronting our V1 APIs with V2 interfaces all transformed in Apigee. It was almost a thing of beauty. For us, Edge is what we need right now, and if we do ever get back into the app space or the UI world, then we can start looking at the other products and a lot of the other deep analytics products for how we deliver those to it. For us, Edge is what we need today, and it's been great. For me, they're fun. I mean, I used to be a developer. I tried, and I just love to hack away. I still hack stuff. It drives our engineers crazy. But for me, the ability to be creative, to innovate, to try things out, it feeds that need to have fun and be creative and build stuff. And APIs, whether it's my phone or my watch or the farming or any of that, just to try something and have fun with it.
I would say it's because, I love APIs because they connect people. If you think about our mission and our objectives, our goals, it's to help farmers feed the world. So getting the right information to farmers is critical to our business and our mission. I love APIs because they connect people and they help us get the right information to the right people at the right time.